He lit the room up. Dion was a good boy. He was a bright boy. He never was in trouble.
Police believe the shooting happened during a parking lot party.
He was a loving boy. This picture they painted of my son, it was never anything about no money, or he just wanted to enjoy himself, and that's what I work hard for. Why couldn't he be at the gas station or at a store before he went off for prom and enjoy himself? It's just unbelievable that these people can keep walking around here and taking these babies, and they took mine for no reason.
So is this one of those moments where you would normally say, I told you so, but because something so tragic happened, you basically decide to not say, I told you so? Like, why would you let that boy be on camera flashing all that money? Why would y'all record him flashing all that money in that rental car? He only 17. Why he ain't have a bodyguard? I think this is one of those moments where we would have said, I told you so, but because something so tragic happened, we just don't even say it. We told you so.
And yes, baby showers are a problem in the Black community, but also prom. Prom is also an issue that we have to talk about, because why have I seen kids, mind you, they're in high school. These are children who are spending $10,000, $15,000 on prom because they have their cars, their outfits, hair, their makeup, their entrance. They make a grand entrance like they're the Queen of England, which I understand, but at the same time, it's almost like this is the highlight of their lives. This is the height of their life. This is the biggest celebration of their lives besides a baby shower.
Annie and Kathy was unalive the same night he went to prom at a gas station. After he left the prom, had a good time, I assume. He went to a gas station where he was unalive. Somebody pum-pumed him. They do not know who it was, but the suspect was in a black Mercedes, they said. After he got pum-pumed, they rushed him to the emergency room, performed emergency surgery on him, where they lost him. Now, that's why I don't like when people be talking about ghetto proms and how parents shouldn't spend this and spend that. My mom always say you give a person their flowers while they live. Now, I know it's nothing you could say to make this mother feel any kind of better about the situation that happened to her son with him being unalive, but one thing is for sure, she went all out for her son. Now, it's strange to me because I said he looked so familiar. I had been following this young man all day because I liked the haircut, how he was talking cash mess with his barber, saying, hey man, don't put the photo up on my haircut until I put my stuff up. The night he showed the barber the picture of his suit and everything, how it was gonna look, he was really excited about that prom. Then the suspect was driving in a black Mercedes. They don't know who it was, but prayers going up for that mother.
The problem is not prom. It's not the dresses. It's not the cars. It's not the over extravagant details. It's the fact that you guys don't like to see Black children in a state of joy. You guys do not like to see Black girls and Black boys being happy, being excited, and popping it. It's something about that makes you uncomfortable. So I think you need to check yourself, because this is not about who spends what or what community spends what. I don't care who's spending what. I want that child to have that moment, to have that day. If that's what makes them happy, then so be it. If they mama not calling you and asking you for nothing, why are you so concerned?
The Dion got that shit on him. Let me up. Oh, okay.
I'm from Chicago, and people be flexing with their children in the wrong type of ways. I've been seeing kids going to prom and flashing like $10,000 in cash. First of all, what are you doing with all that liquid money in cash? Like, where are you going? Because most places that need that much money ain't trying to take cash. They want card. And like, what's the flex for anyway? People who got it, you look low class, and the people who don't, you now look like a target. And speaking of targets, a young man was flashing $10K before he went to prom, and guess what? He ended up dead outside of a party because he got robbed for that money. Because why are you riding around with $10,000 in your rented car anyway? And a few of my classmates, their children went to prom last night and they were flashing like $10,000 in cash. What are you doing after prom that involves that much money? Are you about to get on a flight and go to Bali? Are you about to go on a world tour? Because last time I checked, graduation is next week. But do you even have a 529 savings account for college that could be building interest? Do you even have a Roth IRA? Because you only got to put $7,500 tax-free every year, and she's only 18, so that means that money could snowball into millions by the time she's grown. But did you even start the account? People be planning for the present and don't even be thinking about the risks. Like, they might not even make it to retirement because somebody might kill them for those scraps. Because once again, Those who got it, you look low class. And those who don't, you look like a...
That little boy who was shot on his prom night because he was caught flexing a big wad of money is the parents' fault. And I'm going to say it's the parents' fault because I understand we want to celebrate our babies, y'all. And no disrespect to the parents. It's just something that we have to be mindful of. Like, my sincerest condolences to them. But this should be a cautionary tale for future, children and parents. Yeah, you want to celebrate your child and give your child the best, give your child a life that you never had. But the dangers that's out here for our children, we need to be aware of it. We need to take heed to it. We know they're going to want flex. We know they're going to want show off. We know they're going to want enjoy themselves. But we as parents and adults have to set a level of, you know what, this ain't for everybody. I'm not about to put a target on my child back, flexing on wad of cash. Not unless you got money to hire security or you're thoughtful enough to hire security for the protection of your child. Y'all, listen, this is a sad story, and unfortunately it happens too often, and it ain't even just for little kids, it's for big grown-ass adults too. How many adults we've seen done flex money and then people done pulled up on them while they were still on live? It's just something that I think our culture, needs to stop. Like, celebrate, but being caught with that wad of cash, man, it's just heartbreaking because it was a senseless death.
They found a 17-year-old, Dion Wiley III, with a gunshot wound. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. A second man was also shot and taken to the hospital. He is in stable condition. No suspects are in custody at this time.
Police have identified Saginaw's latest homicide victim as a teenager who just attended prom and was days away from graduating from high school. Dion L. Wiley III, 17, suffered a fatal gunshot wound during a parking lot party at the Quick Stop at 2034 South Washington Avenue about 12:15 a.m. on Friday, May 22nd, confirmed by Saginaw Police Deputy Chief Matthew Garrow. Another male teen suffered at least one gunshot and arrived in a personal vehicle at a local hospital where he was admitted in stable condition. Wiley had been a senior at Saginaw United High School and was set to graduate on Tuesday, May 26th. The school had its senior prom at the SVRC Marketplace, 203 South Washington Avenue, on Thursday evening, which Wiley had attended.
The Dion got that shit on him. Let me up. Oh, okay.
And our prom looks like a whole buffet. But if you're going to come online and be ignorant and racist, at least know the history of the place and the thing you're talking about. There have always been two Americas, a white America and a black America. And black American culture and traditions were created in spite of white people trying to erase us. From that, we developed every major aspect of American culture that's worth exporting, developed wholly or in part by black Americans. And while we are building and surviving and creating culture, we do so within community with each other, and never ever think about white people or what white people are doing the way you guys think about us. Prom was created as a poor working class person's debutante ball. And even with being locked out due to classism, poor white people still found a way to build in racism. When prom moved from colleges to high schools in the 1920s, it was strictly segregated. Even after Brown versus Board of Education mandated integration in 1954, many southern white high schools drew a line. They would share classrooms, but not dance floors. Instead of integrating, they canceled school-sponsored proms entirely, replacing them with private invite-only, white-only events. No oversight, technically not a legal violation since they weren't sponsored by the school. The result was 2 proms in the same town. The crazy part is that this is very recent history. In 1990, 10 Georgia counties still held segregated proms. In 1997, Morgan Freeman offered to personally fund an integrated prom for his hometown high school in Charleston, Mississippi. The school board said no. He asked again in 2007, and then they agreed, holding their first integrated prom in 2008. 2008, I was in college. They weren't even the last. Wilcox County, Georgia didn't have its first integrated prom until 2013. 4 students organized it themselves, facing severe backlash from their own community. I haven't seen a black prom send-off. It's not just a few photos on the stairs before the limo pulls up. The whole block shows up. Neighbors, extended family, music playing, and sometimes a literal red carpet rolled out from the front door. The kid going to prom walks out like they're crossing a threshold, because they are. In many neighborhoods, just making it to prom and just graduating high school is a massive accomplishment. So you don't just take a picture, you throw a celebration, you put them on a pedestal, you let them feel for one night what it means to be completely seen. This is why black prom culture looks the way it does. Runway ready gowns, bespoke suits, families investing heavily into this single moment, not out of access, not because this is their only chance to have a wedding, but out of reverence. It's the quinceañera we never had, the bat mitzvah that wasn't a part of the tradition or allowed. A communal declaration that this young person has made it, and their village is making sure they know it. Started out as segregation, became a sacred tradition. What was designed to exclude birthed its own form of excellence. America tried to keep black kids off the dance floor, so black families built a coronation instead. And it's insane that you would say that the closest thing that these girls will have to a wedding is prom, when that's just not true, because black people value family and community more than any other ethnic group in America. You ever wonder why black people call close family friends cousins, or we call uncles and aunties who aren't our relation? Because of your ancestors, we were separated from our families during slavery. It was very traumatizing, and the PTSD of that made black culture revolve around your chosen family. So if you were close to people, those people became your family, because your actual blood could be taken away from you at any given moment. Meanwhile, white people put their parents in nursing homes. You don't talk to your siblings, and or you just have one kid or no kids at all. So it's rich coming from you that you would make a claim that we don't care about family or community, when our entire culture and our entire community is built on being communal and family. It will never cease to amaze me how black people are always the most ridiculed, always the most talked about, and people doing this are doing so out of pure anti-blackness, because I doubt highly she would make a video talking about bat mitzvahs, quinceañeras, or any other groups coming of adulthood or coronation type ceremonies. With that being said, stay black, stay blessed. Ciao.